Hello, and welcome to Band of Blades. Oh, I absolutely forgot to change the title of the stream yet again. I'm really good at this. I'm going to fix that real quick. But in the meantime, let's say hi to everybody. So just going around how my Zoom is set up, which is probably completely not at all how the faces are. Xmas Ginger Ninja, please tell us about yourself and stuff. What's up?
I am Xmas Ginger Ninja. I run a gaming channel, and we are back again. I'm pretty pumped. Maybe I'll get to play my sniper. Maybe I'll get to upgrade my rookie. We'll find out. Maybe she'll die. It'll be real sad. But I really like this game. I'm pretty pumped to see, based on the missions that we saw, I had something in my head, and then everyone started saying exactly what I had in my head, and I was like, yes! So I'm excited.
All right, awesome. Next on my list is going to be Alice.
Hi,
What's up?
I'm Alice. I was actually missing from last session because I was out of town, but I'm here now, and that's the important part. Um,
Welcome.
as soon as I have stuff set up, I'll be doing some like Street Fighter stuff over on Halfcat or like on Twitch and stuff, or just fighting games in general. Otherwise, I just am doing some custom stuff for this game, and I'm really excited to play more of it because I love this game, and I get to be a heavy that has ludicrous amounts of load, and it's fun. So.
Cool. Then we're gonna cut sideways and down over to our GM Strauss.
Hey folks, I'm Strash. You can find me online at Strashe on Twitter for the most part. I wrote this Forged in the Dark military fantasy game, and I am pumped to be running it. That's pretty much it for me.
Awesome. Last but certainly not least, hey Eric, you want to stop rolling dice for a second and say what's up?
What's up, everybody? I'm Eric. I'm a Twitch-affiliated role-playing game streamer focusing on a diverse set of systems and informational how-to actual plays and designing games and the very, very quickly evaporating free time that I have between like the 10 or so games I'm actually a part of right now. So, yeah.
You're crazier than I am.
I fucking love games. I don't know what to say.
I remember the week I did 7 games and I was like, okay, that's too much.
Well, I'm not producing or GMing all of them. I think that's a really, really, really important deal.
I think you're also, you're also
like
not
this.
working 40 hours a week as well.
Yeah,
on top of
yeah,
that,
that's the other
so.
thing right now. I'm still between jobs, so it's pretty great. I'm gonna capitalize on that opportunity.
Good. Awesome. Well, I think we're all hyped to get into some Band of Blades and take a look at what we're gonna be doing this week, because this is fun and I am excited. I'm excited. So I'm gonna hand the reins over to Shrosh so we can begin.
Cool. So just for everyone watching, one of the things that happened is Alice was missing last time, so I distributed the commander responsibilities and roles to the entirety of the group, and we just basically voted on some stuff. So consequently, at the end of the session, we weren't 100% sure if we were advancing or staying, and I spoke with Alice right before this, and as the commander, Alice, you decided? You should tell everyone. Muted.
Yep, noticed as soon as, we're staying in Plains Earth for another rotation. Mostly just because we have access to every single type of mission here, and I'd very much like to just hunker down with some supply before and try and just use this to get to Keep.
Good.
All right,
yeah.
Super cool. So with that said, the commander's choice for priority of missions is supply, and I rolled some missions up. So do we want to do the thing that we did last time and just have 3 people read each of these? I'm gonna pop this little handy dandy write up. So have at it.
I'll start. The first mission, and I've got them all on screen here. Let me actually transition over so that the audience can see. Operation Driving Gale. Favor none. Type supply. Reward +1 supply cart and +1 supply. No penalty if we fail. Requires 1 medic. A merchant has sold a bunch of
That's
A
okay.
merchant has sold a bunch of goods in town and brought some goods he plans to take north. He wants to hire some guards and a doctor. There's a sickness in his hometown and his sister is ill. The Legion is hired to go with him, medic required. In return, he'll give you some of his savings and the empty supply carts once he's unloaded them.
Cool.
I can read the next one.
Sure.
Go for it.
Operation Mountain Thunder. Favor none. Type supply. Reward 1 supply, 1 brace of horses. Penalty morale. Everyone loves Mila. While in Plainsworth, one of the only Aldermani who is nice to Legion is a gal named Mila. She's become kind of a mascot for one of the units or squads. She's trying to join the Plainsworth Town Guard, but she's not exactly a skilled warrior. Her dad is the town ostler to handle horses and stuff. And some folks whose horses he was caring for are dead. And so he has some spare horses and some money saved up. He's begging the commander to send a troop in place of Mila. Her mission is as a town guard is to go up in the southern mountains and replace a squad up top and ride back in a couple days. Undead are strongest in the south, so he's pretty sure she's gonna die. So, yeah.
Everybody
Everybody
loves Mila.
loves Mila. Yeah.
Everyone loves Mila.
Ginger, you want to read the last one?
Sure. The operation is Green Dawn. There's no favor. The type is a scout mission. Reward is +2 intel. The penalty is pressure. Blighter has taken over a logging camp in the Blighted Woods out west. Nobody is 100% sure what's going on there, but there's a bunch of smoke, green fire, and strange sounds coming out of it. A local hunter knows a deer path up the backside of the foothill behind it. Your mission is to find plans for the further campaign and find out what the fuck she's making.
Sorry about F-bombs. That's on me.
Every time I read it, it makes me a little happy that there's curse words in there. Because
Okay.
there's never curse words on any of the sheets that I get.
I mean,
Sometimes you got to emphasize that she's making some stuff.
this is why my channel is rated mature, because we're gonna drop some fucking F-bombs left and right. Just
All
gonna
right.
sprinkle them in there.
Cool. So this is the part of the game where I ask the commander to decide which missions we're doing, which one's primary, which one's secondary, and then we'll turn it over to the marshal.
So we're doing primary. Everyone loves Mila because that sounds fun and cute, and we need to find out what's going on with Mila. And then secondary is that scout mission, Operation Green Mountain, Green Flame, something like that.
Green Dawn.
Green Dawn. Mostly just because, in all honesty, the first mission has supply and a supply cart, and that'd be real nice. But the fact that it has a 0 penalty for failure kind of just makes it immediately go as like, this is the one we can ignore.
All right, cool. I didn't know if the additional supply was going to entice. That sounds great.
I would have loved that extra supply cart, but honestly, we used up that intel last week, and we have none now. So,
I'd really like that intel.
yeah, it's fair. It's fair.
It's useful. All right, that said, well, to be fair, also the intel made sure that the secondary mission did not just fail terribly. So sometimes you got to spend it. All right, cool. So let's now that the commander has decided on priorities, Marshall, you got to tell us who's going where.
Yep. So I think our specialists are going to go on the priority mission, and I think I'm going to send Lion. So like I have to figure out exactly who we want to send over there.
Which
Just-
specialist?
I'm just saying like the
Squad and specialist, yeah.
Right. Okay. So let's go with let's send Hyena Squad on Mountain Thunder, and then let's send Lion Squad on Green Dawn.
And which specialists are going with which? You get 2 per.
Yeah, I know.
Hyena squad needs to have a scout or a sniper with them. For Lion squad, that's a supply mission. I'll tell you
That
what
needs a heavy or something else.
it's 3, I think. So just give me just a moment.
Heavy scout officer, if I'm remembering correctly.
It's probably a heavy officer medic, but I could be.
I do have my PDF here, but I'm not on the right page.
It's on the GM's page. It's actually on me. All right. So the supply mission, heavy officer scout.
Hey,
Well done. All right. So
As long as you
Ladies
have
here.
1, you're good.
I think our heavy should probably get going on this one, on Mountain Thunder. And Do you think we should send our officer with them since they make a good duo?
That's classic for sure. Alternate. It's very much up to you.
Or
It
maybe we
sounds-
should let the officers stay home and not piss off any more members of the Legion.
Well,
That's true.
so
That's-
heavy officer is a good combo. Heavy scout is also good. Then we would have to send the sniper on the secondary mission.
Our scout's not in good shape.
Yeah, I didn't.
So this, just so you guys know, not to interrupt, the sniper does have a little bit of stress.
Right.
So does the
Fortunately,
Put
you
that
don't
out
get
there.
you don't get any more stress on secondary missions, but it might be
Yeah.
important for the primary.
That's a good
Yeah.
point. It's a good point.
It's the same problem with our scout.
going heavy officer on primary mission, and then having like heavy just try and make sure people don't break and stuff by following your orders seems fine, and sending the scout or the sniper to lead the secondary mission, or both of them, and just getting them both XP since they're both stressed out.
I only have 3
Um,
stress, so we could take her on the primary if we needed to. It's not a lot.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'd rather send scout and sniper on secondary mission, and on primary mission definitely do heavy. And how's our medic doing? Medic
I
seems
was gonna
pretty.
check the medic actually. Medic
Medic
is
seems like-
clear.
Mhm.
Uh,
Somehow you went into that hellhole of a bird city mission and came out squeaky clean.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. Got bow from lieutenant as well. Let's do this. Let's heavy medic. We can do up to 3 though, right?
No.
Nope.
No,
two.
2. Unless
Okay.
there is a +1 specialist tag, or which you saw on that other supply mission.
Understood.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So
Alright.
heavy. Did I hear medic?
Mhm.
Awesome.
Who's leading that?
Heavy.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
And for the primary alliance squad, you're sending the scout and the sniper. Did I hear?
And I'm in the process of making the rookies.
Awesome.
So wait,
Cool.
the scout and the sniper, they're on the secondary mission, right?
Yeah.
Yes. The NPC one. The
Yeah.
the engagement one.
Good. Perfect.
I am entertained that the medic is on this one.
If we show up and Mila's almost dead, no, this is a medic.
Oh no! Amila's staying in town. The Legion is
Ah.
taking her place. The premise of this is that to give you a little bit of backstory, Plainsworth is like a small town. It's called Plainsworth Village, but it outgrew that village notation a little while ago. We're talking like
Mm-hmm.
a few thousand people live in Plainsworth. It's not a ton. It's no cosmopolitan area, but it's definitely like a town. And they had a kind of volunteer-based kind of Minutemen sort of town guard that was there in case there was a problem. But for the most part, the capital city was to the west, the official guard and like the military was there. They were a pretty peaceful group that mostly had a military to like protect them from bandit raiders coming out of the mountains. And so now that undead are coming, defense is a priority. They need people to man the walls, so on and so forth, and they've asked for volunteers. And Mila is this like, we'll say she's she's a woman, but she's like late teens, early 20s. She's not like very old, and she's clearly not a veteran of wars. And she's trying to learn how to like spear fight, but she's a little clumsy maybe, but she's like trying super hard and training every day, and she like believes in herself. But her dad is like, I love my daughter very much, and if she goes up against undead, I do not want to see her like eaten apart by like some horrific monstrosity. So like, please, I will give you money and horses and resupply our legion. Just you guys take her place. Like you replace her squad and go up into the hills. And the premise here is you ride up, and it's actually kind of like a long ride. You have to go up into the mountains. You're going to bring some supplies and food with you, but there's like more up top that you're going to bring with you. Like you're going to go there and there's like a squad already in place, and you're supposed to replace them. They're going to ride down the mountain, and you folks are supposed to watch the plains. And if you see the undead advancing on town, you just light a signal fire at the top of the hill and then ride back. That's the plan. Should be easy peasy, right?
As we call these, it's a milk run, right?
Yeah, totally. Milk run. And you're getting like a dozen or more horses and like a whole ton of money for it. Like these dudes is extra generous.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm sure
Really loves
Easy
Star.
money. That's why we're making it our primary mission.
Really? Do you know why it's the primary mission? Those fucking horses.
So I have a question. Who's like the squad that totally like loves Mila? Like she's become kind of the mascot. She trains with them every morning. Like what's that squad?
Boy, it's probably the older squad. So I think it's Vulture because
Vulture?
I think it's a sort of like so Vulture's the squad that's just been chewed up.
Uh,
And so I think it might be what's the name of the lady who Molly Pitcher, like sort of like the civilian Red Cross type person who's been helping around.
yeah, okay. I dig it. Lotus, did you? And I'm addressing Ginja because Ginja traditionally plays Lotus.
Florence Nightingale.
I'd prefer to play her if that's okay. I kind of want to see this through,
Well,
or not.
that squad is currently on the back burner until they get like replenished.
Okay.
Yeah.
But is Lotus friends with Mila? Like, did you guys like strike her thing, or are you just like whatever? She's a rookie. I'm the one member of Hyena Squad that doesn't like her.
No, she probably when they first started like training, she was probably around. So it's kind of like even though she's not, at the same level as her, they started training at the same time, so they're probably like friendly around camp and like, hey, these rookies, huh? Even though she is one.
That's cool. You're kind of a senior rookie. Like everybody knows that you're due for promotion, and they're taking bets on when that's going to happen.
I think the bet is between whether Lotus or Zenny are going to get promoted first, because Zenny's literally at 1 XP away too. So it's like competition there.
Cool. So, Hyena Squad, Heavy and Medic. Shall we assemble the engagement roll?
Sure.
Sure. Let's get on it.
Let me look at my supplies here. This is the supply mission, right?
Yeah.
Well, I guess as we go through, you'll tell me what we can
It's a food.
spend.
Yeah, we
on
ready-
food. Oh, we don't
ready to
have
begin?
food. We
right, before-
desperately need food. BT dubs.
That's what this is for.
Before every mission, I assemble a engagement roll by asking the following: Are all on the mission oath sworn to the Legion?
Yes.
I believe so. Okay. Does any soldier distrust the leadership or not fear them enough to obey orders on the battlefield?
The officer's not coming with us, so I think we're good.
I actually have this really cool handout, so I'm just going to put it on the screen so everyone can play along while you do that. Go on.
Oh,
The parameters
thank you.
are required specialists and equipment on the mission. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we do not lose a die for that. We don't have any intel to spend, so intel would be the next question.
Nope.
Then is everyone on this mission a specialist or a soldier?
Nope.
Nope.
Exactly. So, and then the last one are the 2 conditional supply mission questions. Supplies: does the quartermaster spend food on this mission?
I don't have
Answer:
any food.
no.
Ooh.
Okay. So we don't lose any die. Is the current pressure higher than 2?
Let me check. Scrolling down to my heavy where I've kept the stuff. Pressure is currently, as long as you guys didn't get any last time, pressure's at 0.
Pressure's at 1 because you always gain a pressure at the end of a mission.
Yep. Sorry.
Okay.
My bad. Pressure's at
Well,
It's
that's
fine.
higher than 2, so we don't lose a die.
Cool.
Cool.
So
1D.
that's 1 die.
All right, let's go.
Cool. Engagement
So
roll. I'm ready to
I'm-
roll. You
I
guys
have a
are.
question. If I'm going to be playing one of the rookies, like when we normally go through, just so I don't ask this every time, do we just start naming them and creating whatever one we're going to be playing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds good. So you're going to be in. This is Hyena Squad, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Eric, if Alice is playing the heavy, is it you or me playing the medic?
You can play the medic if you
Sure.
want.
I'm down. I just wanted
I'll
to
play a
know.
rook.
Technically,
I'll
it's your
play a
decision.
rookie.
Cool. I liked playing the medic before, so I'm good with this.
slapping rookies around and stuff.
That was true. That was part of the episode. All right, we good? See that engagement roll, Eric.
Switch over to rolls.
Believe, fam.
2.
Desperate position. Desperate position.
So
Well,
I'm gonna narrate a little bit of a lead in, right? And then there will come a moment when I say, and this is the effect of the engagement roll. So you folks ride out of Plainsworth Village and you're riding south and you actually like manage to skirt most of the patrols and bands of undead. It's actually kind of a nice ride, right? Like there's like blue skies, there's a couple of clouds, you see some storm fronts moving in across the mountaintops, but it's not too bad. You guys are still riding up the plains. you get to the foothills. So like that's day one, right? Like you camp in the foothills on day one, tell war stories, whatever you folks do at night. And then you start heading up into the mountains, right? So like you're going up mountain passes. It's like shale. A lot of times you have to get off your horses and like lead them. You go through like a canyon. It's a little tough. It takes like a full day to scale the elevation that you need to. So it's, I don't know, it's like 6:37 or something by the time you're reaching where you're supposed to go. So you've eaten your ration so far. You're getting ready to like get up to the top, high five those folks, chat with them for a little bit, maybe make a communal dinner, take over the supplies in the post and have them go down the mountain behind you. And then you're supposed to sit here for a couple of days, right? Like that's the plan. But as you guys are like reaching the point, like you can kind of see like the markings on the stone, like sort of leading up, and you get to the last bit and your horses are, there's like a place for the horses that is basically just like stomped down and circular, like near the bottom. And then there's these crude steps that are made by like shoving logs into the dirt of the mountainside so that you actually have something to walk up on. And it takes you up a little bit higher, like maybe another, 50 feet or so. And as you're going, like, you're kind of like heading up towards like where the mountaintop is. There's still some light because the sun is behind the mountains, right? So like once it like goes under the mountains, it's going to change to twilight and nighttime pretty quick. And as you reach the top, the first sign, like you don't hear anything, and you folks are still like talking and moving and everything. But as you're reaching the top, you smell something weird. And the first person onto the mountaintop sees that there is nobody here at first glance, but there is a shit ton of signs of blood. And when you look around some more, there's some pine trees because this is not above the tree line. So that means that it's not like above 1,200 feet. As you look around, there's like a couple of pine trees around, like not exactly at the crest, but like just below it. And you see, like you're looking around the camp and there's nothing here, but as you look down towards the tree line, you see that there is actually bodies hung in the trees, and they've been stripped of their weapons and armor, and there's these like weird sigils carved into their flesh, and they're like hanging upside down. What do you guys want to do?
So yeah, I think the first thing is I'm gonna be like ordering for the rookies to stop behind me before they see this, because I feel like Ram, being like a veteran and stuff, like can tell what that smell is before seeing it, and doesn't want the rookies breaking before they even like get there.
Yeah, I think that the doctor recognizes it too. I don't think there's any way that the medic is not gonna know. So Green Glowing Thunder kind of like puts his arm on a Ram for just a second, and they kind of like do that like significant PC glance as they stop the company.
It's 100% like fucking smell, takes out fucking tower shield and flail. By the way, I think Ram's like armor's repaired from last time we saw her, aside from the
replaced.
helmet.
You had to cut it completely off when you dived into the river.
Yeah, replaced. I think the helmet is still like fucking on her head though, probably like missing that fucking one ram horn and stuff.
She absolutely refused to come home without it.
Yeah, something like that.
She's like, I will drown at the bottom of this river before I let it go.
And is 100% just like looking around, and I would actually like to try and like convince these fucking rookies that like what they're about to see is fucking rough, but they need to keep their eyes peeled.
That's
like,
a discipline roll.
Yeah. Would you like to help me, friend?
I'd love to help you.
Cool.
Yeah. Let me spend a stress for that.
Desperate position?
Did I have a good
No, actually, you're not in the desperate position yet. I will tell you when the desperate position happens,
Cool.
but you'll probably be able to tell.
Cool.
This right now is controlled. You stop them before they saw anything, and you're talking to them together. It like there is no consequence. Like they're not just going to immediately.
bolt. Point of order. We did not do our loadout.
Oh yes,
Heavy.
everyone should do that.
I mean, obviously you're going heavy.
I have fucking 10 load and heavy. Of course I am.
How could you not?
We'll see.
So everyone going heavy or what's up?
Yeah, heavy sounds good.
I'm gonna go normal.
Cool.
Yeah, tracks.
Yeah, I think I'm going normal as well. I think it makes sense.
No, you need to get around quickly. That makes sense.
Let's see.
All right, so +1 die for you helping. I'm not going to push right now because it's a controlled, so we'll see how this goes.
Throw the bones.
6.
Beautiful.
Hey.
Rookies are completely together, and information, you can put them wherever you want. They'll listen. They're not going to break.
Yeah, pretty much.
Where are you from, Ram?
Oh, I'm Barton. Like,
Oh, okay.
huge, like, tower shield, all that stuff. Yeah, it's very much like form a perimeter around the medic. If the medic goes down, you all go down. Like, freaking just go forward slowly. Keep your eyes peeled. I'll be leading the charge.
So what are you guys doing? Are you trying to charge on a not particularly well-footed hillside? Like,
I don't think
what's the...
I think it's
So-
like a charge implies that we're running in carelessly. I think it's very much like a slow, deliberate, like kind of keep an eye out around us as close as much as possible, like
Like,
slow approach.
this is, this is going to be nasty.
Yeah.
Keep your eyes out.
Awesome. So you're
Pretty
going towards the bodies is what I'm gathering?
pretty much. The plan is
Yeah.
to light
Cool.
the beacon right now and get out
The-
because the
I
undead are
think-
definitely here.
I think the plan, I think if there's any way we can like consecrate the bodies, bury them, make sure that they don't rise, is like the first step.
Burn them.
Burn them. Yeah. Whatever
Yeah.
you do, burn them it is.
First, we find out if there's other undead first.
I mean, it's
Where they are the beacon.
Cool.
it's a
So
two-step process.
let's talk about this. So the beacon, by the way, is like from the scout encampment that is designed, basically has its back to like a bunch of rocks that go up, and that helps. Like it's actually dug into the ground by about like 4 feet or so,
Yeah.
and it's uncomfortable because you're supposed to like sit with your back to the rocks, and that stops the wind from like shredding you at altitude.
Yeah.
So the beacon is like you have to like clamber up a bunch of rocks and then light the beacon on top. Like it's designed so that the village can see it, but it's above the camp. It's not
Yeah.
like the kind you can't put 5 people on top of it. You only send one person. But yeah, the all right. So Kelsa, does green glowing thunder actually like cut down the bodies and examine them?
I mean, yeah, I think it's like cut them down, and it's not like there's enough examination to be like, no, they're seriously dead. Before
yeah.
we're, I mean, like they're basically look them over before I cut them down to make sure that they are not undead.
Awesome.
That's
absolutely.
step one.
So you folks,
While everybody else is like keeping watch for the rest of the undead.
yeah, you folks walk up to them cautiously.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and definitely you're being careful, right? And are any of the rookies Zimyati, Eric?
Yeah, actually, I'm Zinyati.
Cool. So I'll tell you things that you may know. And Kelsa, would you be so kind as to roll Green Glowing Thunder's research? Because I assume you'll
Absolutely.
pick things from the bodies just because
Yeah.
you're examining them.
Absolutely. What's my position?
Oh, it's just the gather info.
Oh, okay. So I'll just go 6.
Nice.
Beautiful. You're gonna find a lot of info here.
Sweet. I love info.
So, couple of things.
Mhm.
The reason they're strung up in the trees is somebody actually like gutted them and cleaned them a little bit, like you would a carcass, like a deer, and they bled them out and they collected the blood somewhere. You don't know why,
That sounds bad.
but they have like Zimyati carved into them. And there's like weird sigils and stuff like in their flesh, and then there's like words.
I don't speak
and-
Zimyati.
It's cool because you have a Zimyati here who
Thankfully.
is fortunately the rookie is not shitting their pants because somebody made a good discipline roll. But
Yeah.
the Zimyati words basically say "for the Shining One," and one of the other things that's been done to them, and you're not sure why, but somebody smashed in all the faces on whoever was here.
All
So,
good
yeah.
things.
Gross.
Yeah.
Good.
One of the corpse, like if you count the number of people that you have and the number of people that you're replacing, one person is missing. You're not sure why, but they're not there. Their body's AWOL.
Mm.
And yeah, like nothing happens. There's just this like whistling wind and kind of like stillness of the mountaintop. There's not even birds. Chipmunks that you saw like kind of following you and like checking to see if you're going to drop anything that they might snag. Not here. It's just quiet and there's just wind, and you do this and like the sun starts setting. So
And I think
what's the
that
plan?
Alice was saying that Ram ordered one of the rookies to go light the beacon.
Well,
Cool.
no, we're going
fine.
we're going together. Like it
Okay.
was not like it is a slow, deliberate. All of us are going, and we are going to stand around it while one of
Awesome.
like.
Perfect.
So you guys are in camp, right? Like, and you're watching this rookie clamber up to light the beacon. Marshall, what's the name of a rookie that's not played by a PC?
Their name is Canonia.
Awesome. So Canonia clambers up this like rock formation and gets to the top, and you see her gathering the like the wood pieces for making the pyre, and you hear the and then she pauses and like looks around, almost like she's hearing something up there that you guys are not hearing down here, and like then stops, and then falls over backwards and lands in camp dead. And there is a giant, I'm gonna say it's 4 feet long black metal spike in her chest.
Yeah.
And most of you she got hit by something. She's dead instantly. But like for the medic, you see the blackness spreading out of it.
So, resistance.
Yeah.
Okay, how do you resist somebody shooting the rookie from?
So, question. I would like to resist not hearing it, actually.
Cool. Yeah.
Because if I resist that and I can hear that shot, I want to try and just shoulder bash with my big Barton Tower shield and have her fall, like before it actually hits her. And like,
not doable. This is like a mountain you're hitting.
I thought it was like a. Never mind. Then in that case, I'd still like to resist not hearing it, just so I can know where it's coming from.
It's not a problem. I'm not gonna deny you that. You don't have to roll. This is you actually hear there's like it's like a weird sound. It's like a whistling, right? Like it's this thing isn't designed to be like propelled cleanly, and you actually hear it like rending the air, almost like it's intentionally like cutting through. Like there's some like volume velocity thing that you're not used to, and you hear this whistling as it hits her. So yeah, you know that they are actually like over the top of the mountain and down the opposite side. Probably they're not upon you. They're close, but not like immediately there.
Yeah.
This is your desperate position.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to think of a way to save. I'm trying to think of a way to save the rookie.
You have not today if you really wanted to do it.
I do, but with that corruption, that's not. I can save her life, but not her soul.
So in all honesty, doing not today just gives us more people, more bodies in terms of scale, which is the only reason I give a shit whether she dies or not, if I'm honest. That's why I care about rookies.
I only brought 1 unit of medical supplies.
That was a bad decision. Let's not save her.
That's fine. So this is what we call triage.
Oh no, it's sorry. It's I have to use one of my doctor, and I only have 1 doctor. So I know I only had 1 of something.
Okay, I'm sorry. That's much. Never mind.
I have to use my 1 use of doctor to do it.
No,
are we saving her?
No, she's dead.
Can I throw the lantern to try to light the beacon with it?
Yes,
so we can GTFO and not worry about any of what's going on here.
Yes, you can. Good job, rookie. That was the thing I was expecting you to resist, not the sound. If you want, we can make this a resistance roll. If you just want to take an action roll, that's fine too. It would be I don't care. I would actually just give you a prowess roll to do it.
Okay, cool. That works for me. So no bonus die, a 4.
All right,
I was
cool.
about, I was about to say I was out of never mind, it's okay.
So what I'm
stress.
going to tell you is that you throw your lantern and there is a detonation of fire, and you know that the beacon is lit. And I'm going to tell you that this is limited effect because you didn't land it perfectly. You didn't like lob it up and have it land in the little like brazier and like light on fire and burn for a day. It's going to burn, but it's going to burn for maybe like 15, 20 minutes. Anyone in town looking in this direction will see it, but if they like blink or take a nap or something, they're going to miss it. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's it.
Which is fine, because we're gonna end up fucking setting this entire place on fire, and that'll be the beacon. Anyways,
So you guys hear that whistling. This body falls in the middle of camp. What is Green Glowing Thunder's response? Are you like,
I think Green Glowing Thunder is like looks at the body, looks at it hit, and like takes 2 steps forward to try to save her, and like sees the corruption spreading, is like, she's gone.
no. So question. I know like are there actually like buildings here? Because like this is like a outpost type thing. Is there like a defensible position type thing? Like with the
yes, but not for any length of time. I mean, you're kind of on a hilltop. You're dug in a little bit, so this is the equivalent of a foxhole.
yeah.
Your horses are below you on the mountainside, and you were expecting to have supplies here, but you don't see any around.
Yeah.
So you could dig in, but the question is how long?
So what I was hoping for is like if there were like if we went further up, if there was like a place that like a small like outpost or something along those lines, like a building, like an actual fucking place they'd store stuff even. But like if this is the only defensible position, then digging in's the thing because we need those supplies. Otherwise, I'd say we could push forward, like literally just I stand in front, we slowly push forward. I try and block fucking black arrows and get to an actual like get forward to where the supplies actually are.
You don't know where the supply? There are no
That's what I
supplies
meant.
that you can see.
That's what I meant. Like
I
we need
mean,
to get
if
which
they were supposed to be here, and if
Yeah.
they're not here, we don't know where they are.
Yep.
which is what I'm saying. We need to find those because fuck if we're going back. The Legion is literally starving without these.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no. The supplies that you were supposed to get were only for the 5 or 7 of you. It's enough food to keep you while you're up here.
The
It's not for
supply
beyond
that we're
watch.
gonna get is when we come back from the mission.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
which
was
is what
just-
I would. That's kind of what I mean. Like we need to succeed here. Like
I think we did.
Actions.
We lit the beacon. If you
Yep.
want to go up with your shield, and I can kind of like get a stick and push the fire into the thing, so
We-
the old-fashioned
don't
way
know
of
if
starting a
that would
fire,
count as
and then go back
success.
down.
Like it's
It will.
15 minutes.
It's fine. This is not. So you guys accepting this and riding out here will count as success. You know that the Legion will receive its supply and horses whether you come back or not. Lighting the beacon, your rookie actually accomplished the mission for you. It's limited effect, but they did. I will have to make a fortune roll to see if everyone in town noticed what's going on. But now the question is, what happens to this squad, right?
Yeah.
That was my favorite lantern, just so you guys know. That was my favorite.
That was
family heirloom. No, I'm just
that was
kidding.
your family heirloom from as your specialty item as a rookie.
I just bought.
I think like there's a moment where all the rookies are looking at Rim and she's like, we can't leave like this. This place needs to burn to the ground. And they need to burn with it. We're staying for now.
Okay.
Dig in.
We
Is
need to
there
burn these
any
bodies.
gainsay of this?
We need to burn
These
these
are
bodies, all of them. And I like look around, and you said the words were Imzimyati.
Oh yeah.
So like I point at the Zimyati rookie, and I'm like, "Get over here. I need you to translate this for me."
All right, I sally forth. What do I see?
Start
Sure,
with the
boss.
shining one.
Yeah. They're sigils. So, how much do you know about the Semyati god?
Nothing.
They're called the living god. The Semyati have these like holy trees. Everybody who's part of a clan, like once a year, waters them with their blood, kind of stuff. And the Semyati god created chosen kind of en masse, created like 9 of them.
Yeah.
And unlike other people's chosen, like most chosen, they perform a task, and then within like a year or two, they burn out. They just end. Like humans are not meant to remain chosen infinitely, but the living gods chosen have, some of them have been around for like ages. They just don't die ever. And the Shining One, Lyceum, showed up when the call was made to go west and fight. And he said that his purpose in existence, the reason he was created, was to kill the Cinder King. And then he engaged the Cinder King and he got broken. So the Shining One is basically like a chosen of the Semyati.
Okay. I relay that. But I think what it looks like is that I'm kind of like making it up as I go, but I'm just like a quick study and I get it right. Because I actually have not seen this before. I think it means, and I'm looking at it, it's like, oh, something about the Shining God. I think it was a champion, and yeah. And it was he was dedicated to fight the Cinder King. Yeah, I'm just like I'm just reading it as I go, and
Yeah,
I
like
is like at the end of that, Ram just says it's render.
yeah, I think so. I think that's right. Yeah, and
it's bad, isn't it?
Not good.
All right. Let's start a pyre.
I mean, yeah, I think the plan is to try and just set this fucking place on fire.
Okay, so that sounds great, but nobody created a giant pile of wood here for you.
Yeah.
So are you sending people out to go collect wood from the trees over there? Or are you just stacking corpses and dousing them in oil and trying to light that?
It's I think it more
I think we start with stacking the corpses, and then we'll go as a group to get some wood.
It's a lot of group movements. We saw what happened when the one person like climbed up the thing. It's group movements because we don't actually know how far they are because we didn't see them. We just kind of know ish. So it's a lot of like, we don't know how long we have. Let's do this quickly so we can leave.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So yeah, you at this point it's going on full dark, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if you folks have ever done mountain climbing, but trying to go down those paths in full dark is not easy.
I do have a lantern on me. That helps.
Okay. All right. That will help. Yeah. So I think that there's this scared unit of people moving as one, and like the heavy's got the shield out. Everyone's like watching for the twitch or whatever. Unless you do something else. You tell me. What does that look like for you guys?
No, that's pretty accurate. I think like there's all a bunch of like weird silhouettes, right? Because everything's kind of distorted because like the only fire is like the few people that carry lanterns. By the way, I didn't know how cold we were, so one of the things I took with my ludicrous load is winter clothing. So I think like there's like she's wearing like this giant long coat with like fur on the side like poofed up.
What are you guys doing about your horses?
I don't fucking know what to do with the horses.
If the answer is we're sticking together and we'll figure out what happened to the horses when we get down there, that's fine.
Yeah, that's kind of
okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like the plan is to get these supplies, and we have to trek back down the mountain. Maybe we'll have enough food to survive the walk if it comes to
awesome.
that.
Yeah, you get into the woods. You start collecting like tree branches and stuff, and you hear this like weird, echoey howl on the wind. Nothing happens. You come back with some branches. Good job.
Fucking setting this place on fire, though.
Cool. Now I have to remind you again, it's like a little dugout. It's maybe like 10 feet across. There are 7 of you and a pile of corpses. There's not a whole lot here to work with. If you're going to light it on fire, you can't be in here.
Nope, that's okay.
Fine.
We're setting on fire, then leaving. So,
okay. All right, cool. So that's what you do. You douse everything in oil. You light it on fire. Nothing further happens.
Cool.
You clamber down the hillside, and you realize that so like you folks tied up the horses
Yep.
And there's one horse, which is dead. And and then you realize that one horse broke its lead, and who knows where it is? It's gone.
Yep.
But the rest of your horses are there, looking panicked and skittish, and like pulling on their leads and trying to figure stuff out. And
What happened to the one
tell
horse?
which direction they're trying to run away from?
right now they're tied to down, so they're trying to run away from whatever it is they're tied to, because they think that it's the log's fault that they can't move. Yeah. Go ahead. What was that, Eric?
No, I was like, oh, that makes a lot of sense.
But aside from that, the horse that is dead though, has claw and like tooth marks on it. And you notice that it definitely has like blood on some of its hooves, so it fought. It didn't just give up.
Oh, good horse.
Yeah, but that's it. You don't see any other signs. If you look around, you see some like handprints maybe in the dirt. I don't know.
Yeah. I read the report from the other mission. I know what's going on.
Maybe.
You're one horse short. What do you guys want to do?
Well, technically two.
Well,
one of them ran.
but you also have one dead rookie. So
that's okay. That's fair.
No,
one horse short.
I think the plan is everyone else get on horses. I'm on foot, like leading, like we're going slowly and just like trying to. That's at least what like that's the plan. Everyone get on horse. I'm fucking leading. That's
all right.
Cool.
Let's head back to town.
All right. Awesome. So you do you move through the night?
Yeah. We're getting as far away from you as
There's
possible.
no way we're gonna. If we don't, we're just going to stand guard in place. No one's sleeping. But we want to get a ways away from here before we do that. And then as long as we're doing that, we might as well just keep moving as long as we're going slow.
All right. So I'm going to tell you a fact. All right. You have enough food for like the night. Like in the morning, you'll be able to eat and then you're out.
Yeah.
But you get partway down the mountainside. You're taking it slow. You have a lantern. You're checking your footing. The heavy is leading. Nothing happens, but everybody is going to take level 1 harm. Exhausted.
Resist.
I'm gonna resist that.
All right.
I'm not very hardy, but it's fine.
No, I'm fucking like this is where I shine. I'm in full plate mail. Like I've done fucking training for this, right? Like I don't.
Of course you're fine.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna resist this too. So.
Alexia, my rookie, my Zemyati rookie's not going to resist it. I'm tough, so I just ignore it anyways.
Perfect. Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, you're used to this.
I will take a stress.
All right. Cool.
I take 1 stress as well.
Ginga, is
I'm
your
just gonna
rookie
take
also?
the harm.
Sure.
I'm playing a character. Farah's from like nobility, so she's not used to this, so she's just gonna suffer.
Awesome.
I love it.
She's a little princess.
Oh, the princess with no food, tired, being hunted.
She has food.
Best kingdom.
Food stores.
Yeah, if you have food stores, we actually have longer than just today.
Oh yeah.
I'll take food stores.
Awesome.
Did either one of you take home cooking as your rookie special?
Someday, someone.
Side note for you, Farah. I don't know if you know, but you can take 2 background things.
I did not know that. Cool.
Yeah. Everybody gets 2.
Unless
cool.
you're every inch of blank, and then you get all of them, which is great.
Okay, that's true.
What is vengeful potency when harm penalized?
So-
I get the idea, but like, what's the added bonus of it?
The way it works is, this is very classic. Like, if somebody hurt you and you're pissed off at them, you're going to hit them harder. You're going to go all out, right? So, Orites, when somebody, like, they'll fight, like, graciously and, like, you know, as noble people, they'll like, parry and everything. But then, like, somebody cuts them and, like, ruins their armor, and they're just, like... you're suffering, you're suffering as a noble, and when you have harm right now, if you're going to attack someone, you're going to have potency on it.
So my next attack is going to be potency. Like, you're keeping me from getting to my bed.
All
No.
of them.
All of them.
Okay.
It's
Not
as
just
long
the
as
next. All of them.
Until I
long-
reduce my harm.
Yep.
As
Okay.
long as one of those like harm penalties applies, right? Like
Yes.
if it doesn't apply, then you don't get the potency.
Okay.
So it's morning. You've been marching for a while, and you don't actually get very far because
Yeah.
your heavy is in heavy load, so you're slow and on
Yeah.
foot.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a particular position. Remember, I told you folks were coming up through like a canyon kind of looking thing, and the group is filing in. So I have to ask who's in the lead and who's in the rear.
Lead.
I'll take the rear.
Cool. So Rookie's in the middle.
Yeah,
Let's love
I
that.
think that's a good plan.
So there's this like clip clop noise, like that's not just from your horses. You hear this like weird kind of like clangy noise, and most of you will recognize it, right? Like this is a sound of a particular type of horseshoe,
Mm.
and you see a figure actually like rides up on the lip of that canyon, and they're dressed in like full black plate, and they're on a horse that like also has like barding, like it's got like armor on it,
Yeah.
and they're looking down on you, and they're completely black clad in this armor. You guys, if you're Zemyati, you've heard of them. They're a very famous knight order. And as they look down, you hear this like clinking of chains, and you basically like you see him like pull a pin, and then 6 like chained, bound, eyes sewn shut humanoids come roiling over the sides of the wall, like leaping to the other side of the canyon, like scrambling down on all fours like spiders down the
Yep.
down the walls. And maybe we should take a break, our first break.
That is perfect timing.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah, let's take a quick break, say 7 minutes. I'm gonna check on my pupper. She keeps getting up and moving around and sitting back down, and I just want her to be comfortable. All right, I'm gonna start the timer and move us on over to the break screen.